1 in every 7 teenagers has tried a drug that is far deadlier than they think. A drug often dismissed as harmless, even celebrated in movies and music. But behind the smoke and the hype lies broken futures, destroyed families, and sometimes death. This is the story of the drug that's silently shaping and shattering a generation. And in this video, we'll reveal the facts, the science, and the truth law enforcement doesn't want you to ignore. When people hear deadly drug, their minds usually go to cocaine, heroin, or meth. But here's the shocking reality. The drug that 1 in 7 teens has tried is marijuana. Yes, weed, pot, cannabis, whatever name you call it. For decades, it's been painted as a natural plant or a safe high. But the science tells a very different story. And the numbers? They're alarming. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, nearly 15% of teens between ages 12 to 17 admit to using marijuana. That's millions of young people at the most vulnerable stage of their lives. Here's why it's dangerous. The teenage brain is still developing, especially the prefrontal cortex, the part that controls decision-making, focus, and impulse control. Heavy marijuana use interferes with brain circuits, reducing memory, motivation, and the ability to learn. Studies have found that teens who use marijuana regularly score significantly lower in school and are less likely to graduate. And it doesn't stop there. Teens who abuse marijuana are 3 times more likely to develop depression and suicidal thoughts. About 1 in 6 teens who use marijuana develop dependency. That means they can't stop, even when it ruins their lives. And in some cases, marijuana becomes a gateway to harder drugs. Let's talk about a real case. In Lagos, a 17-year-old student started smoking marijuana at school, just for fun. At first, it was weekends, then daily. Within months, his grades plummeted, he lost interest in sports, and by his final year, he had dropped out. His parents described him as a different person, angry, withdrawn, hopeless. By 19, he was arrested during a raid for drug possession. Today, his future is uncertain, all for what he once thought was just weed. And this story is not unique. Across Nigeria, the US, and worldwide, schools and families are dealing with the fallout of teenage marijuana use. For every student who laughs it off, there's another silently struggling with addiction, depression, or worse. Law enforcement agencies like the NDLEA in Nigeria and the DEA in the United States warn that marijuana is no longer what it used to be. Today's cannabis is far more potent, sometimes up to 5 times stronger than it was in the 1990s. Some are laced with synthetic chemicals that can trigger psychosis or sudden death. The NDLEA has reported multiple cases of students being hospitalized after using Colorado, a dangerous synthetic strain disguised as weed. And these drugs are spreading fast, not just in big cities, but in towns, campuses, and even secondary schools. For every drug bust you see on the news, there are countless other stories hidden in neighborhoods, classrooms, and homes. So what can we do? Parents and teachers must talk openly about drugs, not with fear, but with facts. Students must understand, it's not about being cool. It's about your brain, your future, your life. And society must treat drug abuse not just as a crime, but as a health crisis, one that requires awareness, therapy, and rehabilitation. If you're a teen, here's the truth. Saying no to drugs is not weakness. It's the strongest decision you'll ever make. Remember, 1 in 7 teens have tried this deadly drug. Don't be the next. Share this message. It might save someone's life. And subscribe for more stories that expose the truth and build awareness against drug abuse.